Hello everyone, welcome to Clark's Happy Hour. This is where we take a break from our busy lives and enjoy a drink together. Each week, I'll be joined by a special guest to share stories and hopefully bring a little happiness to your day. So please leave your comment down below and make sure to subscribe so you'll never miss a sip. Cheers! Hello everyone.
Hi.
Today we are really honored to have Preet to the podcast, and Preet is one of my best friends, and in her words,
I'm your bestie.
a bestie. That's right. How are you doing, Preet?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. It's a midterm week for us.
You have like 2 more months left. You're very close.
I'm very close to graduate, which makes me kind of sad.
Don't even talk about like you have midterms week. This man is talking like if he has midterms, he doesn't.
I do
He's
not.
a free bird.
That's right. I'm taking a coding class, which
Python.
is a Python class at the urban planning program. We don't have midterm, but we have a final project that I gotta work on, and I feel like I need to get it down as early.
Have you started?
I mean, for our first 2 assignments, it's kind of like mainly for that project. But I feel like I gotta finish it as early as possible. So for my last month, I have more time to take my family around because they are visiting me for the graduation.
Your family's coming.
It's coming. My
Oh
mom
my
and my brother. I'm so excited.
Wait, when are they coming?
So my mom and brother will be here in early May. And then we'll go on the trip to Vegas, Grand Canyon,
Cute.
Antelope. Is it called Antelope?
Antelope? What's antelope? I don't know.
Red Antelope?
Red antelope.
Red Antelope. And with a horse belt something? The horse?
Boy, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. But yeah, we are going on a trip, and after that will be my graduation. Time will go by really fast, I already know, so...
When are you like leaving?
So for this studio, my rent is till May.
May.
Yeah, because I don't know where my job will be at.
Yeah.
I'm applying for jobs, right? But I don't know where it will be at. But this studio, the rent is kind of too pricey. And I've been living here for a year and a half. I really want to leave here.
Memories here.
There's some memories here, definitely. But I just want to leave here. But yeah.
I mean, the world's your oyster. You could go anywhere.
It is. But, once you have been in LA, it's kind of like you couldn't really fit into other places, weather especially.
You could come to the East Coast.
I always want to go to Boston, especially for this spring break. I thought I got a chance to.
You were going to, weren't you?
No, in the end we changed the plan and we're going to only Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, it's a long story, but yeah, we changed the plan and we're going to Chicago.
You're going to Chicago. When do you leave?
So it'll be from next Monday to next Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, that's spring break week. Hey, so why don't you introduce yourself to our
The audience?
our
Okay.
adorable audience?
Hi everyone. My name is Preet. I am 21.
Oh, finally legally drinker.
I just turned legal. You know the weirdest part was I was in London while I turned legal. And in London you have to be 18 to be legal. So technically I was already legal and it was just
you have been pre-drinking a lot. You have been pre-drinking
well, I
a
was
lot.
legal.
Okay.
But I live in the East Coast, so LA is an interesting weather scene. But yeah, I go to school with Clark.
Yeah, so you're the first year in our program, the second year. And so I think I heard from you once that you grew up in many different places.
Yes.
How is that like? Because for me, I grew up in the same place for 18, basically 20 years. We were always there. But how do you feel like? Have you ever feel like you don't know where you are at?
Actually, so I used to envy people like Clark who just lived in one place.
Yeah.
So I've lived in like 5 states, and then I grew up I was born in India, and then I moved to Tennessee, and then from Tennessee we moved to Chicago, and then from Chicago it was Pennsylvania to New Jersey, and then New Jersey back to Pennsylvania. So at first I used to be very envious because like you're already so tight with some people that when you go to a new place, it's very hard to make best friends. But then I realized, like, growing up, I think the reason why I keep, like, moving. So in undergraduate, I went to London to study abroad, and then I came, like, 180 flip, and I just went to LA, like, West Coast. Like, no one comes here in my family. So I was like, it probably is because why I've, like, grown in such different state, like, so many different places that I don't want to stay in the same place anymore. But, like, I consider PA my safe place. Like, whenever I just want to get away from everything and, like, I need a breather or two, I go to PA and I just don't talk to people.
So is it because PA is the place that you lived for the longest time?
Yes.
During this, during growing up?
But, you know, like, every place I've lived, besides PA, has always been a very crowded place. Like, it's been noisy, it's been crowded. Yeah, it's like
Chicago,
a big city.
Is Tennessee crowded as well?
Like,
okay.
Memphis and Nashville, they're very hype and crowded. So I think everywhere I've lived, it's just been so crowded that PA,
so
no one comes.
Crowded that makes you feel you couldn't bond with people, or in terms of the views, like that it's more, you know.
I mean, crowded is great. You get to meet, like, a diverse amount of people. Like, I don't think I would have met everyone I met here in PA. Surely, actually, no.
For sure.
So I was the only Indian in my high school.
In PA?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, like, you definitely would not find people.
Yeah. And people would know you. People would say, oh, she's the only Indian
exactly.
here.
Like, they know you.
Yeah, they know you for sure. Yeah.
And it was a big school, too. So it's way better here in terms of, like, the population and who you get to meet. But if I just don't want to meet anyone and I don't want to do anything, I go to my cave. It's like a bat. It comes out when it wants to and goes back in when it wants to.
And also you tell people that you are from Pennsylvania, right? You always tell people.
I lived there the longest. Like, all the other places were very young. So I do remember them. I recall them. But, like, PA has been the most...
You have the most friends.
Memories, yeah.
Okay, also your friends are from there.
Exactly.
Okay. So, like, it's the house, this house style, the living style.
Yeah.
Similar going from Tennessee to Chicago to PA.
Yeah. Yes.
Or is it from the apartment to maybe a house that's by itself, then to a house with front yard, backyard, that kind of thing?
So Tennessee, we lived in an apartment, and, like, it was just we finally moved here and everything, so we started off in an apartment. And then Chicago and New Jersey, we actually got a townhouse. And even in Pennsylvania, when we first moved here, we got a townhouse. And then when we realized, like, we want to call Pennsylvania our home, my mom and my dad, like, constructed to build a house, and, like, that's
they built their own house.
Yeah,
wow.
They built their dream house.
Wow.
So that's why I think that's, like, another reason, like, this is what.
Wait,
like,
this is cool.
Yeah.
So you went there first and live in the house for maybe 1 to 2 years, then they started feeling like they want to live here.
This is it. Yeah.
Oh, that's the place. So they started thinking of constructing their own house. And wow, this is really cool.
And this was, like, all in the transition of us going to high school. So I saw the entire thing go down. Like,
wow.
Mom would pick me up from... I used to do band, so, like, band practice. And then,
marching band.
Yeah, so we go straight to the new house. We see how it's, like, developing. And it was just so much excitement. And then you go back home and you're, like, just waiting for the day that you get to move into, like, this house.
Wow, this is cool.
Yeah. So I think, like, that's another
thing.
Like,
so did you have a say for your room?
Yes, I did. I had a very large say in my room. So I'm very glad from what I got.
Okay.
So I think that adds to it, and I have a great view. So.
So that's still there in the house.
Yes.
Okay.
My room will never be anyone else's room.
Okay.
Never.
Cool.
You? How is it like living in one place, one house? Did you live in the same house your entire life?
I live in the same house entire life, and when I was little, I was sleeping on a bunk bed with my brother.
Older or younger?
Younger, 1 year younger.
Okay.
We fought a lot, but we're close now because we understand. You know, the boys are always like that.
You start off fighting, and then you
fight a lot, and then you realize, oh, that's the closest person you could get.
Yeah.
But we were sleeping on the bunk bed, and then we grew up. I moved upstairs to the other room, and I have my own room now. So it's like a 3 floors house
Okay.
in a countryside area. Yeah, but
Countryside.
yeah, but I feel like, you know what? I was talking with Jimmy the other day, and he said it's better like the family growing up living in a small apartment, because that's a place that you get to see each other.
You get to bond a lot.
You gotta bond a lot. You can't avoid seeing them.
Yes, you see your worst moments with them.
It's inevitable.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
For sure.
yeah, so I'm living with so after I move upstairs to the 3rd floor, I was like, oh, sometimes it feels good to just stay here, but to just stay in the room by myself. And
Locked up.
yeah, and I don't see my grandma and my dad, my families that much. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So you also went to like the same high school. Did you grow up around the same people?
I did.
In terms of your friends?
I
Did
did.
you
I
ever-
did. I grew up with the same people because I used to play. I mean, I still play basketball, but I play basketball a lot
Yeah.
growing up, and so in the community basketball court, it's always the same faces that you would see. So it's kind of funny though, like some of the faces. I feel like when I saw them, they were really good and they were like aged.
Yeah.
So they play really professional. But after I grew up, it's like, oh, I'm playing at the same level as you, and it just that kind of feeling is kind of weird, but also interesting at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, a question for you. I meant to ask this to all of the international students in our class.
Mhm.
But you know how like when you come here,
Mhm.
most of at least our classmates, they decided to have an English name.
Okay. Yeah.
And now I have this entire thing about the English name. Like
Okay.
do you feel like it's taking your identity away?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't see it that way. I feel like there's I wouldn't say there's pros and cons, because I feel like it's only pros that you have an English name, that you feel I mean, if you so for some people they could find the name that they like, and they feel like they're bound with, and they go with that name. I think that's a good thing. And for some people, they stay with their own name. But I gotta share a story, which is last year I took a class with a Korean girl, and her name is Tajong. Tajong.
Okay.
But in that class, when she introduced herself, and professor was like trying to pronounce it for 2-3 times and didn't get it right.
Uh-huh.
And after the class, she was chatting with us, and she said, "Should I get an English name?" And because she felt like,
Because
yeah, the professor couldn't get it, couldn't pronounce it, and sometimes it's not because of the professor didn't want to get it right. It's because it's just hard for someone who's not speaking that language to get it right? So she's and I also told her, I said, if you have English name, it's just it'll make professors to remember you easily, to feel more comfortable calling you out. Not calling you out, calling you. Not calling you
so
out.
she felt obligated to get an English name.
She sort of, but in the end we kind of like get it resolved, because the other Korean American, he told her, just name yourself DJ,
DJ.
because she's Tajong.
Oh, so
DJ.
okay, actually that worked out.
It still
Yeah,
keeps her.
yeah.
It still keeps her identity as DJ, so they work out. Yeah.
So you didn't feel like it was stripping you away of anything.
I didn't feel that way, and also I liked my English name, and actually it's from the Superman movie, I would say, but
Seriously?
it was from the Superman movie. I think it was when I was in the university and I went to see the Superman movie, and I didn't have I was named Mark when I was little. I went to Sesame Street, like English grade school, back in my hometown, and I was named Mark.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mark, I can't do Mark. It's just not right.
It doesn't suit.
But somehow, the Superman named Clark, it's very close to Mark. And I also feel like, oh, this name maybe sounds right, kind of right. So I named myself Clark, and when I was working in Taiwan Coast Guard, I met a lot of foreigners, and I called myself Clark, and it worked out well.
Okay.
And I came here, but somehow I feel like I thought there would be a lot of Clarks here, but it's not. There's only a few Clarks. And I said, hey, so I asked some of the local students, like, how do you feel when you heard the name Clark? They say, oh, that reminds me of old white man. It's like, that's funny, but
I think it's because like we watched Superman growing up, so it's like Clark Kent, and then like you get to the used to the idea. I mean, a lot of Clark is an old name.
it's an old name.
It's one of the old names.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, Jonathan is too, but like
It's
look
a-
at the amount of people named John.
So it's sort of classic name.
Kinda.
Okay.
Like, I feel like anyone with my friend's name is Lawrence Cordoni the Third.
Wait, I think I know that girl. Wait,
It's a boy,
serious?
it's a man.
Oh, it's a man. Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, I went to college with him.
Okay.
But like his entire Lawrence is a very old name.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lawrence.
so like Lawrence Cordoni the Third.
Okay.
So like that sounds very
That's
old.
about
Yeah.
2 generations ago.
Exactly.
Still keeps that name.
So I think like those type of old names. I think
Okay.
Clark is one of them for
Mhm,
sure.
mhm. Yeah. So and also one time my friend back in Taiwan, he told me, he said, oh, she was kind of jealous of me and also happy for me that I got to name myself Clark. He said, oh, Clark really fits you. I don't know, like if you see it that way, but
I
you can feel the same.
No,
But
I did. Like when you told me your name was Clark, I totally imagined you with like black glasses and like Clark Kent.
okay,
That's why I named
cool.
you Clark Kent.
Okay.
Just your Clark vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I think the name suits you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that made me feel happy that I could name myself with a name that I'm kind of matched with.
So let's suppose you went back to Taiwan. Would you still use your English name, or would you like switch back to your Taiwanese name?
So I always, whenever it's on the paper or on even on my resume or on like any files, I always use Clark Hong Shen Xu, which is my full name.
Oh, so you added in.
I added it in.
Oh, that's actually kind of cute. It's like hyphenated.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because when when you apply for jobs, you upload your resume and you auto parses your resume to the columns.
Yeah.
And it says first name Clark, middle name Hongsen, last name Xu. I said no. First name Hongsen. Put it back.
Switch.
Yeah, I had to switch it back. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Huh.
But yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So I have a quick question for you because I came here to the States when I'm 27
Okay.
for the graduate study. But what about you? What's the age when you came here?
I think I came here when I was like around 2 or 3.
2 or 3
I
years?
was very small.
Wait, so Chicago, 2 or Tennessee or Chicago?
Do you mean like LA?
I mean, no. I mean, to
United
the States, yeah.
Yeah, 2 or 3. I came to Chicago.
Oh,
when I was,
okay,
like,
okay,
only 2 or
okay.
3, yeah.
2 or 3.
I
Wow.
lived there for.
Do you
so-
know anything back then?
I mean, that's why I don't remember Tennessee. Like Tennessee
Oh, okay,
has been
okay.
very blocked off, but like my earliest memories are in Chicago.
Okay.
Like I remember going to practice. Like I remember playing piano. I remember playing on the playground. So like things like that I remember.
Okay. So, so basically you grew up here in States. I would say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like to go to the first,
Yes.
even the lowest education.
Yeah.
Is it called the lowest education?
I
The
mean,
earliest, the
preschool
earliest.
or
Preschool,
kindergarten, yeah.
kindergarten.
It's
Okay.
like your.
Here in the States.
You know what's like? Can I curse on this show?
You could, yeah, you could.
Okay, you know what's fucked up?
What's fucked
They
up?
made me do kindergarten 3 times.
Why?
So let me tell you, my mother, she's whack. She's crazy.
Okay.
Basically, she is a teacher. So she was
Uh-huh.
a teacher in India. Now, when we got here, we were already doing school back in India. So like, imagine 3-year-olds going to school.
Okay.
So when we came here, my mom like straightly like enrolled us into school. However, the kindergarten limit, like you have to be 5 years old to go to first grade.
Okay.
So we were in kindergarten for like 3 years before we could move on to first grade.
Okay.
So like imagine repeating kindergarten up until you're like the correct age.
So did you go to kindergarten back in India?
Yeah. So
Oh,
we went
okay.
to India and then we did 2 times here and then got to first grade.
Okay.
It's
So
just
is it because your mom is a teacher, so she wants you to
I get, but I'm
go to
like,
school a
but
lot?
like, imagine just going to kindergarten repeatedly and repeatedly up until you're the correct age. Like,
That's funny.
I mean, I
That's
got all the
kinda rough.
naps, which is fine. But
Okay. Okay. So so basically you feel like you grew up here.
yes. Yeah,
Do you
for
have
sure.
any I would say it's not an identity issue, or but you feel like you bonded better with the States, or do you feel any connections with India?
I mean, I like to say I'm cultured. I'd like to.
Okay.
But I think actually before moving to LA, I didn't think I was that cultured. Like,
Okay.
So my roommate is also like she
Oh,
was
yeah.
brought, yeah. So she's an international student from India.
Mhm.
So she taught me a lot. Like
Oh,
I think I
the
got more
culture thing.
cultured by her.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. to
So
find a
my
friend
mom will
that.
like FaceTime us, and she's
Uh-huh.
like, "What are you doing today?" And I'll tell her, and she's like, "Wow, your language is really picking up." Because I'll start talking to her
Oh
in
wow.
Hindi, and I was like, "Yes, let's go." So I think I became more cultured through her. But like before that, I mean, I think like just being around people who are all white and you're like the only brown one,
Uh-huh.
I feel like that's somewhere along the way fucked up with my mind. But like,
Okay.
and then going to India. So we went to India when I was 8.
You were 8.
Yeah. And
To
like,
back to your hometown.
yes.
Okay.
Exactly. And everyone like stared at us. So I have a twin brother and then I have an older sister.
Okay.
And, like we just remember like being stared at, and it's because we didn't know how to. So we knew how to speak our language. We knew our mother tongue, but because we had the American accent, it didn't sound like a native Indian.
I know.
would.
I know.
Yeah. So.
I have met some of the that people, some of that kind of people.
You got it, yeah.
the
So like,
American born Chinese. This sort of
exactly. So you like know the difference.
Yeah.
So everyone knew the difference with
Okay,
us.
okay.
So I didn't feel like home there. So
Okay.
it was like this identity issue where am I Indian? Am I American? Like what the fuck am I? And then
Okay.
I was like, I'll just put them both together. It's fine.
Okay.
So yeah.
So what do you like India the most? Like, have you ever traveled? Have you ever traveled back after?
After that,
At
no.
your age? Oh, okay.
My sister has. I haven't. I was going to with my roommate at one
Okay.
point, but still haven't done it.
Okay.
But like the food, also, they have very good like old architecture.
Old architecture.
Yeah, so
okay.
like during the wartime,
Okay.
their architecture's beautiful, like
Okay.
stunning. So that's what I would go back for. I don't know if I necessarily would want to live there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Where is your hometown at? Is it a capital? Who's the India?
Do you know who Mahatma Gandhi is? Mahatma Gandhi.
I know Gandhi.
Yeah, so
Someone
Gandhi's
who
hometown
didn't-
is my hometown.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, that's how it.
It's someone who didn't eat for a long time for some
Yeah,
some,
he fasted.
some right.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so yeah, I feel you because the way you that you came here in the LA and met people from India, then started picking up the culture and
Yeah.
the feeling that's where you from. That means a lot, I believe, and because I also met some of the ABC, and they're always interested in like what is the real like authentic Taiwanese food like, what is the cultures like, those.
Honestly, I think like I know a lot of people make fun of like ABCs, ABCD. So we call it American born confused Desi.
Confused what?
Desi. So Desi is what
Desi.
you call it in Indian, yeah. So and then American born Chinese.
American
right?
born Chinese
Yeah,
ABC,
yeah,
yeah.
And I know there's ABCG.
American born Chinese girls.
I think there's somewhere along the lines of like another one, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
But I think everyone like made fun of them at a point, and I'm not saying we're not bound to make fun of, but it's like even when we want to learn, we're
Okay.
not taught it.
Mhm.
So it's like, what's the point?
Mhm.
So then our titles continue, but like I feel like when you meet someone who's actually international or knows something and they'll
Mhm.
teach you,
Mhm.
then it just gives you another level of appreciation.
Wow, that's
So-
nice.
And I'm sure those ABCs.
So would you feel more inclined to hang out with those people, like people from your home countries? Would you feel that way?
No.
You don't?
No.
So how do you meet your roommates?
Oh, so we have this famous story. So
Okay.
I actually met through my roommate on Facebook.
Oh wow.
And now we call it the Facebook Marketplace because...
Is it a general Facebook group or is it only for Indian people?
No, it was a USC,
Oh, USC.
housing one.
Oh, housing,
and
okay.
I got into like USC pretty late.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I'm going to USC. And then I was like, fuck, school starts in a week.
Okay.
So I was like, shit, I don't have a place. So
Okay.
I just like go on Facebook like once in a couple of
Uh-huh.
hours. And I saw this one girl who posted like these amazing house pictures and everything. And I was like, I want that. So I texted her and I found out like she's also Indian. So I was like, listen, dude, like I want a roommate. But then we had this entire issue because the week I was moving in was also very close to the end of August. So, and the lease started in the beginning of August. So then we found someone else to lease it for a month up until I came.
You did?
Yes!
That's amazing.
I know!
How?
No, the
Who
weird-
is leaving for only 1 month?
Dude, that's
That
okay.
is crazy.
I told this girl, like I told my roommate that, hey, unfortunately, like I can't room with you. I'm not coming till
It's
September,
time,
so I'm
time.
gonna have to find something else. And like that was the end. Like we both said, like we ended on a very good note. And then the next day, I get a text from her, and she's like, "You're not gonna believe what happened. Like, it was destiny." And it was these 3 people who contacted her that
Wow.
they needed a place for a month.
Wow.
And it all worked out. It was smooth.
Wow, that
sailing
was so
since then.
nice. That's so nice.
Mhm.
Wow. So you're moving with wait, is there how many rooms in that house?
There's 3 rooms.
3
so there's
rooms
2
only.
upstairs.
Okay.
And then there's 1 downstairs, and then so there's 2 people downstairs, and then
Mhm.
there's 2 separate people upstairs.
Oh, Indian? They're all Indian?
We're all like we have some sort of Indian in us, yeah.
Okay.
So the upstairs one is also Indian American like me,
Uh-huh.
while both of the downstairs one are fully international Indians.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How? Wait, why? How come that house ended up with all Indians?
Dude,
What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
it was destiny.
Because it was always like, it's always like a Chinese landlord, a Taiwanese landlord trying to find all students from Taiwan, or a Korean landlord trying to find all students from Korea. And then you ended up with all Indians
we
in that
have a
house.
French landlord.
A French landlord?
Yes.
That's a nice story. Okay.
So I don't know how it happened, but it happened, and I'm so
Okay.
happy.
Wait, it's is English the national official language in India, or is it not?
So everyone has to be taught English in like when you go to Indian schools,
So
like Hindi medium.
as a
Yeah,
second
yeah.
language, or
Sometimes it's the first, and sometimes it's
depends on the
second.
schools.
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, I could be wrong. Correct me if I am.
Okay. Yeah. But as an Indian American, yeah,
Exactly.
you could be
like,
wrong. You
I could be
very
saying some
wrong.
false information. I want to be attacked on the internet.
But
I want to
yeah,
do that.
But no one will find out. Yeah.
But basically, what was the question?
So it's Indian. It's
Yes.
English, the official language in India.
Technically, Hindi is
Hindi. Okay.
Hindi, but English is closer to.
Okay.
But it also depends. Like South India, they speak Tamil and Telugu.
I know it's a big country, right?
Yeah, it's a very big country
So
with
there's
a lot of
always a
languages.
special dialect in some of the local
Yeah,
areas.
I think it's kind of like China where you have Mandarin.
Yeah. You know what? Each
Yeah.
province has its own dialect. You know. So, would you find, like as a Indian American, seeing people from India, would you find them struggling picking up, for example, like English or American culture or
Yeah.
anything like that?
Like, do you mean cultural shocks here? for Indians?
Culture shocks or trying to fit in, but not that smooth, or kind of shy to reach out, kind of shy to approach people, that sort of thing.
I know for sure, like, my roommates had a lot of culture shocks.
Okay. Is that the girl that I met before?
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
studying
yeah.
with you all the time?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
It's Caillou.
Caillou.
Yes, we call her Caillou. It's her nickname.
Caillou sounds like a Japanese name though.
No, Caillou's have you never seen the cartoon Caillou? It's an American cartoon. So
Okay.
I'm sure all of your audience, but if they're American, they know what Caillou is.
Okay,
It's
okay.
this bald little kid.
Okay.
And
Hey, wait, with the balloon flying away?
balloon?
Oh, that's the other
No, you're
cartoon.
talking-
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But Caillou. Search
Caillou,
him up.
okay.
That theme song is great.
Theme
but
song?
Caillou's a theme song.
It's a Chinese theme,
No, it's an English show.
but with theme song.
theme song.
Dim sum. Okay.
Oh
I
my
thought
god,
so.
you Chinese.
Because recently I just got dim sum with some of the folks.
You were really
so.
thinking of your dim songs. No.
Hey, wait, have you tried dim sum?
Yeah, I love
Okay.
dim songs.
Okay.
I mean,
we should go with sometimes.
Yes, but like it's hard to find vegetarian ones.
Oh, that's
I
right.
know it gets everyone.
We'll get back to that. But okay, so do you find your friends, your roommates, struggling fitting in?
I don't think they're struggling to fit in. I think there are culture shocks that are like small talk. So Americans love small talk.
Sure, don't get me started. Don't get me started.
I'm sure this is the same for
That
you.
that is a lot of small talks. That
A
is just
lot.
a lot.
Yes. So she found that very weird. She would
Where
literally come home.
did she find that?
Small talk?
From friends or from?
No, she would. So she would go to classes. So her classes are on like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
So she would go to classes, and she came back home, and she's like, "These people just really love small talk." And I'm like, "Yeah, like it's something you actually have to get used to." And she thought it was just one or two people who did it then and there, and it just happened more frequently. And she's like, "Does this happen everywhere?" And I'm like, "Yes." Like even during interviews, like they will make small talk with you first before moving on.
Yeah. I thought I feel her. So if she feels there's many small talks, I would say then she like the language barriers doesn't get her.
No, it
Because
doesn't.
she could even fit in she could even know they're doing the small talks and all that. That means
Yeah.
she's fitting in pretty well.
I think she fits it. Like, so she did English throughout her educational system. So I don't think, like, in terms of the language aspect she had trouble with. It was just how Americans talk. Because it's not the same way as, like, you would in India talk to you.
So do you feel small talks are important?
No, but, like,
But
I
you just
think
read them-
I'm so used to them.
You're just used to like when you are in a conversation and suddenly something came out to your mind and you gotta say that right now and you just put it in and
You just-
got diverted to the other topic and it just never came back.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I mean, you get used to it.
Okay.
I'm sure we've had conversation just diverted from one another to another.
That's how I feel too, because I was working for a company remotely, and we got a lot of small talks, and that's where I found myself like really hard to participate in, because the topic was like, which one you prefer? It's a tight cap of a sock or a loose cap of the sock.
Are you serious?
Yeah, which one you prefer? What's the pros and cons of a tight cap of socks, and what's the
What did you say? I
was
want to know your response.
I don't even want to talk about it because I was working. I was like, oh, dude, let me finish my work. I couldn't
Imagine
answer.
going to work and being asked that.
Yeah, so American really enjoy small talks, and I think that's important as well because
Very important in our culture.
yeah, somehow from the small talks people could sense if you are you're an easygoing person or not.
Yeah. It's actually really easy to tell if someone,
Okay.
if you like match their vibes type of
Okay.
thing.
Okay, cool. So, wait, is your roommate going to graduate this semester as well?
No, she has one more year.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does she like, from your point of view, how do you think do you think she likes here, or do you think she likes here better than India?
No, okay, actually, so, she has also moved a lot in India. So, like, she has that background of, like, we want to move to different states. Like,
Okay.
she told me this one line where she has not lived in the same place for more than 2 years. So, like, every 2 years she has moved.
Wow.
So, it's, like, type of that, like, you want to go to a different place after that. You want to explore. So, she, likes LA. Like, she wants to experience something new. She doesn't necessarily want to go back in India. Because then what's the point of coming here and studying here if you just want to go back?
That's true.
I think she will live here for a good amount of time. At least in the West Coast. She doesn't want to come to the East Coast. It's too cold for her.
Okay,
So
she
that's
went,
all.
but she feel like it's good.
No, she hasn't gone.
She hasn't gone, but she was already
No.
refusing the
Exactly.
East Coast. Okay.
Oh my god. So I had to convince this girl to go to Yosemite.
Oh wow. Oh yeah.
And she's like, it's going to be so cold. It's going to be so cold.
Yosemite, no, it's not cold.
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
That's what
so she
What?
can, if she can't take the Yosemite cold, like East Coast is.
it would be a hell.
Yeah, the thing is, so apparently when she gets cold, she just stays in the house all day. Like she just sleeps.
It's it called what is it called? The herb something? Like a bear going to sleep in the
Yeah,
winter.
hibernation.
Hibernation.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Literally,
Okay.
she'll go to like she'll hibernate.
Okay.
And then she's like, if I go to the East Coast and I live there, then I'm just gonna hibernate. And I was like, stop.
Okay.
So I'm trying to make her go to the East Coast.
Will you, after you graduate, will you invite her to Pennsylvania?
I did actually. I told her to apply to Hershey.
To where?
Hershey,
What is Hershey?
the chocolate company.
Oh, is it from Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I live in Hershey, so like, where the chocolate is made. So I told her to apply there. So if
Okay.
she gets an internship there, she
What is
gets to
the
stay-
major?
Huh?
Computer science? What is the major?
Her? She's regulatory science.
Regulatory science.
So like how drug pricing, drug regulations.
Oh, more of a pharmacist side of the.
I mean, a lot of policy,
Okay.
like drug policies too. So I think it's just both, all in one type of deal. Like pharmacy with policy with food, probably.
Okay.
So yeah.
Interesting. So you invited her to Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Okay. What did she say?
I mean, she wants it. Like if she gets an internship, she's living with me. So
That's nice. Saving rent.
exactly. And my mom loves her.
Okay. Oh, your mom met her already or on FaceTime?
On FaceTime, but my
Okay,
mom
okay.
adores her. Like
Wow, that's
sometimes I
nice.
think I'm not her child anymore. She is.
Wait, so it's your mom and your dad?
Yeah.
Why did they choose to come to the States? What's the reason that they decided to come here?
So my dad, so my grandpa,
Mm-hmm.
from my dad's side, he actually lived in the United States, and then he went back to India, and then raised all his kids and everything, and then
Oh,
he
wow.
decided he still has a United States
Citizenship.
citizenship. So then my dad's like, oh, I think it's time for us to like move to the States and try out a new place. So my dad had like a business in India. It was going well, and then mom and dad just decided like, let's try something new.
Wow, that's really, how to say,
Courageous. It's a,
advanced
yeah.
thinking.
I think it was also like they wanted us to
to get a better education.
yeah,
I thought the
technically.
India education is good. Or,
It is.
yeah.
It's good. The thing is, India's educational system, like up until 12th grade, I generally think it's good. However, I think the perfect educational system would be if Asia and America just combined their educational system. Like not just India, like China, Korea, Taiwan. I know all like of the Asian countries, even Malaysia, Singapore, all of these, like they have great education system. So like just incorporate that with America. Because I think we have the extracurriculars.
Extra
Curriculars. Like activities. Like
I
I know.
feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. You know what? There's so many articles that I've read saying something like, "Oh, a person with a poor grad here in the Asia education went to the States and become a successful person and full with dreams and very motivated."
Exactly.
It's like the Asia education is not for people who's not good at studying.
Yeah.
But in the US, I guess you develop more into your personal interests and
Yes.
into like other things that you could achieve.
For sure. Like I think we have like somewhat of academics, but the extracurriculars, like you have a lot of opportunities here. I mean, look at D1 athletes, look at D2, all of these. Like you can literally go to scholarship just by being athletic.
Wow.
So, I mean, that educational system combined with our extracurriculars, I think that's like the perfect mix.
That's
of two.
true. That's true.
So, yeah.
So what's the main thing of your extracurriculum
Me?
activities?
So sorry guys, I was a big band nerd, but I also did dance. So those two. Were
Dance and you said dance?
Dance and band. Like
what
they
kind
were
of
my life.
what kind of dance?
Contemporary. So I like when I was younger, I did contemporary dance.
Okay.
And then when I got older, I did marching band, and then that also included dance, like color guard. So
I gotta
did
see that now next party. With contemporary
No.
dance.
Those videos are long hidden.
Okay.
No, thank you.
You gotta bring it back.
Little me flopping on some ballerina dress. No, thank you.
Yeah, okay. So what type of instrument you play?
So I started off with piano when I was younger,
Okay.
and then during band I played clarinet, and then I started guitar.
Oh wow.
So
You still okay with guitar?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't worry. I that guitar I was like going to play because I left mine back in PA. I really did want to bring it, but I couldn't. So
Okay.
steal your guitar one day.
Interesting.
Do you?
You mean guitar?
Yeah. I mean, you have it.
I have it, but it's
Do you play it?
It's getting rusty.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I don't really cut my nails,
Fingers?
so yeah, it's getting rusty.
So you still know how to play it though.
I know how to play, and I still remember some songs that is carved in my mind.
Okay, with songs.
It's
girls.
a Chinese song.
Girls find guitar very attractive.
Who?
Girls.
Okay.
Like- Clark, that's your pickup line.
So who the heck would bring a guitar to pick up a girl?
I'm
Let's
not
see.
saying that. I'm just saying if you ever have a party and there's a girl you like, play that guitar.
I
You'll
thought
get
that's
her.
more like a Italian thing, or
No, who says it's an Italian thing?
I don't
You
know.
can make it your thing. Make it a Chinese thing.
Okay, I'll try.
You guys have. Well, I mean, the Koreans have karaoke, but so does Chinese. China has karaoke. A lot of karaoke. You guys,
We do a lot.
Yeah,
Of, we
karaoke.
do a
We
lot
love
of karaoke. We love the karaoke. I even bought a microphone here, just for karaoke.
I remember a karaoke party.
Wait, you remember our karaoke party, right?
Yeah.
Do you like it though?
No, it was fun.
It was fun. See
really
people
fun.
getting drunk and doing some weird songs and just sexy bomb or something.
It
the
was something
Korean
in
dude.
there. But yeah, karaoke's a big thing. So
It is.
see, if you can do karaoke, you can for sure do the guitar.
Okay, I'll try.
Next time, Clark will play a song on this podcast.
Maybe the next episode
No.
we'll play guitar. Hopefully, So you're gonna graduate this year?
Yes.
In this semester.
Yes. Same time with you.
Within 2 semesters, you're gonna graduate, which I took 4 semesters to do it.
Don't think of it like that. You just went at your pace, and I just kind of. I'm
Yeah.
insane. Like, I think sanity is just long gone for me.
Okay. So what's the next step for you?
I want to go to law school. And I'm like still in the midst of thinking that.
It's still in the middle of what?
Like thinking of. So I have this entire thing right now whether I want to take a gap year and just not do anything.
Okay.
Which because of all this workload that I've added and kept on adding, like
Yeah, I
it's
feel like
getting
I just
to
edited it.
the point-
I don't even know how you manage it, because I feel like you just keep putting things on your shoulders and
I know.
going nonstop. And because we're doing the challenge thing.
Yeah, the sustainability challenge.
Yeah, and I was like, this girl is already takes 18 or 16 credits.
18.
18 credits, and she's asking me if I want to do the challenge. And I was like, if a person's taking 18 credits and asking you if you want to do the challenge and you say no, that's really
So you
bad.
felt obligated to say
I
yes
feel
to
so
me?
obligated to
Shut
say,
up. Oh,
okay,
I
I'll
feel so
do it.
bad now.
Yeah, that's why I say yes.
But I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. You could go to Irvine. That sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Don't feel obligated to say yes. And I even made you the team leader.
I just
I
feel
really
like,
trapped you into this project.
yeah, exactly. And all the people are from the program, so they see me as the leader. I was like, okay, I think there's no chance for me to say
I
no.
trapped you. You felt like I betrayed you.
I don't see it that way, but I just feel like, oh, it may be fun.
But it's a good
Why not?
opportunity.
It's a good opportunity for sure, especially I don't have much financial background, and we got to explore
Exactly.
in that program.
And we can put it on our projects that we've done. Then outside project because it's not academia.
It's not academia, yeah.
Yeah. So look.
And we gotta visit City of Irvine, which I'm very excited for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We can go on a day trip to Irvine.
Yeah.
Plus, that cash prize, it has our name on it.
The 5K.
Yes.
We'll get 1K for each of us.
And that'd be worth it. We could do a lot with 1K.
What can we do with 1K? Buy a ticket to where?
Can you buy a ticket to Asia with 1K?
To where?
Asia?
Oh, barely.
I mean, I feel like we could make it. Singapore. We can go to all Singapore. I wanted to go to Singapore for the longest time.
Why?
They have good food. I heard like their street vendors are really nice.
Okay.
But I just always wanted to go to Singapore.
Have you thought about Thailand?
Thailand is another one. I have a lot of Asian like countries I want to go to. Like
Okay.
even Taiwan was one
Have
of
you
them.
been to Japan?
No. I've
You
never
gotta go. Japan is
been-
really amazing.
I wish.
Yeah.
I want to go.
So, you're not wavering between law school and.
I'm
Gap
definitely
year.
gonna go to law school.
Wait, have you applied? You
Yes.
applied already,
Yeah,
right?
I
Have you
applied.
gotten any?
Yes.
Okay.
So like the
And
process itself is done.
Okay, so the school you got in
Yeah.
is your dream school? It's your top pick?
I mean, it is one of my top picks. Like I would
Okay.
go to it, and I'd be like very satisfied to go to it. The thing is,
Okay.
I don't know if I'm so. What they say about law school, and correct me if I'm wrong, but 1L is your hardest.
What
So there's 3
what is the hardest?
years.
Okay.
1L, first like year of law school. 2L, second, and then third is your third year. And 1L is supposedly your hardest because you're like you're basically relearning everything. Law school is a very different like playing ground where it's not the educational system. Like you're just being retaught how to take notes, how to do outlines, like how to take tests. It's very, very different.
Okay.
So you're just in that mindset of like everything needs to change now.
Okay.
And you're rewiring your brain.
Okay.
So I think that's one of the reasons why it's like why people think it's the hardest. But I don't want to go to law school and just burn out.
Okay.
Like especially during my first year when it's the most important.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Okay.
So I'm like really considering a gap year and just traveling.
Okay. So when will the program start if you don't take the gap year?
It would be August.
Wow. Literally only have 3 months
3
break.
months.
Okay. So you think a gap year will help you mentally prepare for the law school? I think so
mean-
too though. It sounds stressful.
Yeah, like a lot of people have mixed opinions on this. So I've like contacted all my friends.
Oh, you
We
have
haven't-
friends been to law school before?
I have some, yeah.
Okay.
And like, I'm asking everyone. Honestly, you're in it now, but it's just what do people like? It's a gap year or no gap year?
Of course, it was a gap year. So especially people who are working now, it's a gap year for sure.
That is true. I mean, you travel the world, do whatever you want with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's also another thing. I don't want to have regrets. So
You don't want to have a what?
regrets.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure you don't either. You
yeah,
want to do everything you want, but
yeah. That's true.
that gap year would really help.
Okay, so why law school?
That's good. So
Is it for the career or is it for the long term goal that's really big that you got to law school to achieve that or?
So, I've always wanted to help people. And
Okay.
like, I know that is a very, very general statement to
I
say.
know, but I feel you.
Yeah.
That's a feeling.
Exactly. Like, I just want, and the way I knew how to is by law.
Okay.
I can pick, like, not saying it, but government has always just piqued my interest, and not political side, like the law side of it, like the judicial, legislation, everything like that, even the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, just being in high school, being in student government, I've always wanted to be in student government.
Okay.
It's always piqued my interest.
Okay.
So I did mock trial, I did debate club, I did student government, and just kept going after that.
Okay.
And then I did this club in high school, which was called Youth in Government, and we were basically given a case, and you didn't get to choose your side, but you have like about 6 months to prepare for it,
Mhm.
and you make your side. You go to the Capitol building,
Mhm.
and you make your arguments, and you
Okay.
keep like moving up if
Mhm.
you keep passing and passing and passing.
Okay.
And like that was when I realized like this is what I want to do.
That you like it.
Yeah, that I like the law. I like saying, I mean, I know it's not debate club already, but like I like reasoning. I like logic.
Okay.
So through law, I know you can get that. But I also like nonprofits,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to always create my own nonprofit one day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Non-profit for
uh,
what are you fighting for? What are you standing for?
immigrant families.
Immigrant families.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's been a topic like I'm currently like very much interested in. I have been for a while.
Okay.
Like, I know how hard it was for my parents to be like naturalized as citizens.
Mhm.
So I'm sure there are other communities out there who don't necessarily like. I know a lot of Asian families here don't speak English.
They
and-
do not.
Exactly.
Yeah, they
like
do not.
they can't take a test if they don't know how to speak English itself. So it's
Mhm.
like, how do you get around this? Like, how can we help them
Wow.
and move up the ladder, basically? Yeah.
Wow.
Your career goals?
My career goals, it's very shallow.
Okay.
Just wanna I don't know. I just feel like, um, I know the feelings of helping people. It really makes me feel good as well.
Yeah.
Like you can really support someone and seeing other people's success by with what you have done for them or what you pay for them ahead, and it's really nice. And
Okay, Mr. President.
I know, but I know that's also the feeling that I got from the program, because I feel like everyone's just trying to, to sell the bad side of their people, their folks, to other people, and to try to see if there's any opportunities for the folks.
Yeah.
So that's what I like the program. In terms of my own personal goal, I feel like I'm still navigating.
That's fine. I feel like a lot of you are young. I'm sure people have
I'm
found
so
their careers. No, I know all of you, like the entire program says they're old. I generally don't think so. I think to have the capabilities of going back to put yourself in a position that you left such a long time ago, like that is brave. It's honestly exceptional that people can do it and put them like, you're almost vulnerable as students. Like you don't know a lot. You're being taught, and I mean through readings, everything. Like you think you know a lot. You might be smart, but
That's
at the end of the day, you're not in the real world. So like from going to the real world and then putting back into your position to learn, I give you guys props. Like it is, I don't know how any of you do it, but
you know what? That's
exceptional.
That's also what I heard from my colleagues in the internship. They said they're done with school. They'll never go back to school.
Exactly.
Because their life is moving forward.
Yeah.
They never go back to school. Yeah.
So it's impressive that I know what St. Andrew is around 40. He is like, imagine putting yourself to be vulnerable at 40 and learning an entire new, I mean, it's not new to him, but like still being in a different environment with different people, learning different topics. That fascinates me. Like,
That's nice because for now, statistically, the life expectancy has been like, expanded for a long, like to a long stand.
I think you're young.
So people could easily live up to 80 years old.
Exactly.
And you're now 20-ish, and
So
you
you're
still
not-
have, and a lot of people, they after the like till they retire, they don't even know what they are working for. But some people could find their goals at a very young age, like you. Like you somehow have something in your mind that you want to do, achieve.
But you never know. Maybe I could like turn a switch tomorrow. The thing is, that's what I'm thinking right now, and that's what I have been for a couple of years. But you never know where that switch goes flip.
That's
Like
true.
people have switched from being doctors to musicians. Like life is wild. You
Life
can't
is
expect anything out of life.
Yeah, but for you, to pass the, so you want to be a lawyer? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
A lawyer,
Yeah, attorney.
attorney, okay, in a company, study of in a company.
I mean, I want to sell my soul and like pay off my debt and then just work in nonprofits and help
Okay.
people.
Okay, wait. So for different focus in terms of laws, that it has different exam or bars that you have to pass, or is it all the same?
So you basically go to law school for 3 years, and then depending on the state you're in, you decide where you want to take the bar exam.
Okay.
So each state has its own bar exam.
Okay. Which state has the easiest
Easiest.
bar exam?
I don't know about the easiest, but the hardest is California.
Shh.
And guess
Okay.
how? Guess.
Go home. Go home. Just go home.
Guess how long it is?
How long it is?
18 hours.
Wait, non-stop?
No, it's 2 days. So, but
Wow.
like it's basically nonstop. You go in for 9 hours.
Yeah.
You sleep, and then you go in the next day. Like
Wow. 18 hours.
18 hours.
You drain out your brain power.
Yeah, you're gone. Like
You'll be gone, yeah, for sure.
people have fainted, people have puked, everything.
Okay. So, how do you pick which states that you're going to test the bar exam? Could you practice law here in California if you you pass your bar in other states, or you
I
gotta
mean, you have to take the bar exam
in
again.
California?
Yes.
Oh wow.
For you to practice law in
Wow.
California.
So I won't see you practice law here in California. I know already. It's too long.
I don't know where I actually want to practice law in. Like, I think it just depends where I go to law school. A lot of people choose their law school based
location,
on where,
okay.
yeah. Like, some people.
So what's your topic now?
Topic? Georgetown.
Georgetown?
It's
in
in Washington,
DC?
DC.
Yeah. Is it close to Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah,
Not far.
not far. I like the East Coast, to be honest.
Okay.
I miss the snow.
You miss cold weather?
I think I miss the mountains. Like, there's
Okay.
no dry mountains. If you go to Hollywood and you like see the view, it's just dry,
It's dry.
mountains. Like,
With
it's
sand.
so dry. Like,
It is- There's no green.
there's no green. Like,
Yeah.
I miss greenery.
Okay.
I just miss it.
Okay.
So yeah.
So your topic is Georgetown. And Georgetown is a very top, it's one of the top universities in terms of political science and law
Yeah.
school, I believe.
It's one of them. The thing is, it's not my top pick. UMich is my dream school, but I didn't apply. UMich. University of Michigan.
Okay.
So I didn't apply to it, but I might take the LSAT. Like, the gap year could also be where I can take the LSAT,
Oh, okay.
do it
okay.
again, and
Okay.
then maybe put it in my dream school applications, and
Okay.
then just travel the world. You know,
So what are the plans in your gap year? Have you thought about that?
yes.
Okay.
I mean, I've thought closely a little bit about it because it is getting like, I think a lot of people asking me just made me think about it more.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, I feel like if I do a gap year, hopefully like I can do an internship in the summer
Okay.
and study for my LSAT, and then by September I'll take my LSAT again.
Okay.
Put in my applications in September, and then all the way from September to August I travel.
So that LSAT is for Michi. Oh, UMich.
Yeah.
It's for
UMich,
UMich.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Travel to where?
I want to go to Greece. I want to go to Iceland. I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
go
Go to
Singapore,
Europe.
Taiwan.
Just go to Europe.
Asia. No, I've already done Europe.
Oh, you went to Europe before?
Yeah, like when I was when I went to study abroad, I
Okay.
tried doing Europe,
Ah,
and then my
UK.
sister and I also did Europe the summer before. So.
Okay.
Europe, I've had enough. I like the French man and the Italian man, but I want to go to Asia. I want to live it
Wow,
up
that's
there.
nice. That's nice.
So yeah.
So
You?
excited for you to get a chance to have a gap year.
Okay, we have had enough of my gap year plans. What are your plans?
My
You're also
plans-
going.
I just try to find a job and try to see if I get a chance to stay here. I want to get more experience working here in the States, and maybe get a chance to travel more here in the States.
Where
I
do
feel
you
like I don't
travel?
really travel a lot. I didn't really travel a lot here in the States. I've only gone to Miami,
We went to Palm Springs,
Palm Springs.
Las Vegas.
Palm Springs is still in California. San Fran I went
Yeah.
before. Las Vegas.
Did you go to Nevada?
Las Vegas.
Like not
Nevada.
like Las Vegas.
No,
like
only
Nevada.
Vegas. Only Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah. And I want to go. The states, the places on my list would be Boston, DC, New Orleans, Hawaii.
New Orleans. Why New Orleans?
Cause I feel like that's the vibe of New Orleans.
New Orleans.
You right?
Oh yeah.
Jazz bars.
Yeah. You would be.
Tasty fried chicken.
This is just the 29-year-old coming out. The fried chicken.
Yeah, because I watched a YouTube video, and
The
it's
Southern
like
fried
it's
chicken.
people on the street of New Orleans, and people are holding beers on the street.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh wow, that's cool.
That's what Clark wanted to do.
Yeah, I want to do New Orleans, and yeah, that's it. Just want to travel more.
Do you want to go like outside the United States and travel?
I also want to. I always want to go to maybe Central, South America,
Oh, okay.
but just didn't get a chance to plan it out, and
Yeah.
it's hard to find travel partners as well.
I
It's
agree.
really hard.
I agree. No, finding a good travel partner is hard.
Especially, yeah, it's
like,
hard.
You can for sure, I think, find a travel partner and just but like, are they good?
Yeah,
That's the true testament.
That's a true
testament to
testament.
your friendship.
it is.
Like-
It is.
It really is.
Yeah, are they easygoing? Are they willing to help out with the planning?
Yep.
Are they a picky eater? I hate going out with
No.
picky
Okay.
eater.
You can have dietary restrictions, but you know what gets me is like when they go to a new place and don't try out the local cuisine
Okay,
there.
yeah,
Like
agree.
that, I feel like in some way that's disrespecting.
Yeah, that's
The
we are here.
place.
Why are you still eating that?
Exactly. You didn't come here just to see buildings or museums. Like, I get it, they're important,
Yeah.
but like the food, the local cuisine, like I think that's like the true authenticity of our
Yeah.
country.
But I mean, for girls, if you're in a political science or like, even low degree,
Yeah.
I guess you'll meet more girls friends. But for me, I'm like, most of my friends here, they're girls. So that makes it harder for me to find a right travel partner.
I mean, Derek is one.
Derry is working full time, so
Oh,
there's
okay.
no chance of us going out.
Does he not get like PTOs?
He has, but I would rather that he save it for something more important than traveling with me. You know.
Let him
Personally
choose what
speaking.
he wants to spend it for.
What?
Let him choose what he wants to use it for.
I know, but it's just, yeah. I don't wanna. I feel like I don't wanna take too much of his time, and also it's just, and yeah, I only have him as my very close dear friends, and other than that, it's all girls.
It's just so gross. I mean, you can travel with girls. Who said you can't?
I could travel with girls, but
Exactly.
it must be it's really hard to, you know what? Going out with a single girl,
Yeah.
it's one thing, but going out with a girl with boyfriend somewhere else, it's another thing.
Oh yeah, okay, I agree with you because like that leaves a tension.
Yeah, so you know what? I almost getting close to planning out a trip with a girl that has a boyfriend, but in the end, I think it kind of kick in, and it kind of grows in her mind that she needs to be responsible to her boyfriend.
Oh no.
And I was like, it's totally fine. I could bring my own
Yeah.
air bed. I could just sleep on the floor. It would be fine because it'll be cheaper if we put the hotel together, right?
Yes.
And we won't sleep on the same bed. I'm gonna bring the air bed for sure. But I think it kind of kick in the end. Said, oh, I have to check with my boyfriend. So, and I know that it's not gonna happen because if you say so to me, and then
You know
even-
when the
even
I have
though
to check
it's-
with the boyfriend line comes in, it's a no. It's an
yeah,
automatic
even
no.
though I have no intention of
Yeah.
getting.
You're a gentleman.
Yeah,
You
I
wouldn't.
just want to find a friend to travel with, and feel like, even though we don't need to go to the same places, but it's just someone that we get to maybe grab foods in
Yeah.
between, or
Listen, Clark, if you don't find a job, we can just go travel alone. There you go.
we could in your
Just
gap
go
year.
travel. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
I'll visit you in Pennsylvania.
Yes, please. I'm gonna be
Okay.
so bored.
Any words to our audience? The end of the show.
What do I have for you guys? I don't know. Stay away from LA.
Stay away from LA.
Stay away
Why?
from LA.
It's too messy here.
It's too crowded. I don't
It
like the
is
traffic
crowded,
is
it's
so
crowded.
much.
It's
I know.
traffic
I
is
think
too
I'm just
much.
being in LA and just complaining about LA.
Yeah, but the weather you can't complain.
That
It's
is
just
true. Actually, you can. Remember that week where it was just like up and down, up and down?
Holy
It
shoot.
felt like Pennsylvania.
yeah. It rained a lot. It rained
did.
so much.
Yeah. So,
But you know what? After rain, you see rainbow and you feel good again.
That
You
is
feel
true.
hopeful again.
The
That's
hope.
LA. That's how LA gets you.
I
Yeah.
mean, you could see rain and then see a rainbow anywhere else.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
It's the Beverly Hills that get everyone.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It's a
Thank you.
wonderland.
Thank you, Preet,
Of
for being on
course.
my show.
Until next time.
Until next time, guys. Thank you.